pressure that we throw away. Conventionality belongs to yesterday. There is a chance that we can make it so far. We stop believing now we can be who we are. Greece is the word that you heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Another Tuesday. Here we are. We're back again. I feel like we have a lot to talk about tonight. New month. We're in April. New goals. I feel like new everything. It's a new start over, right? You can become a whole different new driver just by starting over a month. And what worked last month might not work this month. What didn't work last month, you might need to change your strategies in order to get it to work this month. But thank you guys all so kindly for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Hello to everybody in the chat. If you are catching the replay, thank you so very much. And it will be on podcast tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. While you're checking that out, you can also check out the Gig Economy podcast with Jason Thierry, another great podcast. So both of those will be available in every podcast where it is available. So anyway, wow. So I feel like I'm like, where do I even begin? Because I feel like when I'm thinking about a new month, I always think what worked last month, what is starting to work this month, and do I need to change things around? And are things starting to shift for the gig economy? And in my opinion, and the way that my market, and what I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight is literally my market, right? So, and I always say this, what works in my market might not work in your market. Your market might be completely different, but the way we adapt might be the same way. And, the one thing that I've learned last month and for a couple months now, I've been really testing different markets, different zones, working in like a whole bunch of different areas at the same time. Meaning if I take an order somewhere and it leads me there, I now know that market and I can work up there in that market. If it brings me to another area, I know how to work that market. Like I'm trying to diversify myself, if that's the right terminology, but I'm trying to diversify myself as a delivery driver to be available really anywhere that I can make money. And that is literally on all platforms. And when you really think about all these different markets and zones that I've been really testing and trying out, I'm establishing myself with merchants all over again. And I've made new partners that I normally wouldn't have because I was in one zone in one market. Now I'm expanding and I'm taking the philosophies that I have gained from like the market I used to work in and I'm expanding it. So I'm starting to learn new markets. Each restaurant is different, every zone is different. There's different clientele. What my clientele was back where I was, it's a completely different clientele to where I'm learning to deliver in different areas and also just different vibes altogether, right? So Jersey Shore versus, going more inland in New Jersey, like it's the vibes are completely different. But being more versatile with where I'm working leads to more opportunities. And that's kind of where I'm going to get into tonight and what's really worked for me towards the end of the month and what hopefully is going to go into the month of April and hopefully even May. And, we'll kind of re strategize every single month because that's what I do. When things working, I like to share it with you guys. If it's not working, I like to share it with you guys. So that way it's either you don't make the same mistakes that I make, or if it is working, it might work for you in your market as well. So hopefully, you guys see some of the logic to the method of my madness. But, we're really going to dive into kind of each not each one of my apps because that would take forever, right? This would be more than an hour show if I went into every single one of my 16 apps that I have. But we'll talk about some of my more predominant apps that have been working or not working and how I'm going to make them work for me in this upcoming month. So anyway, so with that being said, so the first one I'm really going to talk about is Instacart. So I hopefully you guys see it or you saw it. My goal, and it's not just an April goal, so it'll be April, May, and June, is I am trying to become a I'm trying to, that's the key. I am trying to become a wait for it, if it's coming, a diamond cart on Instacart. Now, I am platinum. I got to platinum. I just honestly, I completely ran out of steam and I didn't start it early enough in the quarter last year to become a diamond cart. So I was pleasantly surprised with the platinum cart. And who knew, right? Who knew that I would become an Instacart shopper? And I'm telling you, I'm eating my words and I'm humble enough to really say that, man, Instacart just wasn't in the cards for me at all. Like, I was so set against Instacart. And you can go back to some of my earlier lives and even some of my earlier videos. And I'll be honest, like, I hate shopping for myself. Like, I hate grocery shopping. Like, I feel like it is a chore every single week that I have to go grocery shopping. Why would I want to shop for somebody else? But I'm not stupid either, right? So the more you work a lot of these apps and the more you see other drivers be successful at something, you get that determination. At least for me, I got that determination in me. And I really wanted to figure out, why do drivers love Instacart so much? And why do I hate it so much? And what's a driver to do? Try it out yourself, right? So in the beginning, I was doing single batches because once again, I'm not going to be stupid and just like go right into triple batches thinking that I know everything in the Instacart world. So I started off small. I ignored some of like the bigger batches, even though they were very enticing. And man, obviously I'll humble myself and say I was wrong. I was completely wrong because let's talk about this. I couldn't go through a live without talking about this. Did everybody see this? $122 batch. Now, by rights, I should, as a platinum Instacart shopper, I should have never seen this, right? There should have been diamond shoppers out there. There should have been bots out there. This is not the normal of Instacart. So before anybody, makes the comments about, it's a one-off thing, and it is. If we could get orders like this every day, heck, even every week, wouldn't you think this is like the best app in the entire world? I'm telling you, right? And I was shocked that I even was able to get this batch. And the funny thing is when I was doing this, and I said this to you guys before, is I actually had Wendy's. I was on a DoorDash order and I'm carrying Wendy's back to my car. I had a drink and I had the bag, and I hear the ding go off on my phone. And I'm like, I'm not going to get to it, but I'll look anyway. Somehow I managed to look at my phone and I saw 100, it came through as $115. $115. I'm like, I couldn't even get to it quick enough. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get to this order and grab it before someone else did. And I got to it and I hit that I was taking the batch and it said transitioning batch. And I'm like, how is this even possible? Right? How luck must have just been on my side. I'm telling you. Was it a rich person? I'll say average, average neighborhood, average, I'll say just an average person. But they're so get this. So first of all, extremely grateful for this customer. I'll say that. Extremely grateful. But this person did a $560 shopping order. And wow, if you really think about how much this person spent, holy moly, they just spent a ton of money on Instacart if you really think about it. They spent $560 on the grocery order itself. And then they tipped me 100, what was that? I'll bring it back up again. I can't even remember. They tipped me $111. So right now we're at 600 and what, $70 at this point just for one grocery order. Right? Is anybody else like thinking that? Wow, that's a lot of cash to be spending on an Instacart order. So first of all, extremely grateful. And this isn't the norm. Would I want it to be the norm? Yes. But this is the thing, and this is why this is part of my strategy going into April, is I see the potential. Will this happen every single day? No. Will I get $60 batches every single day? No. But I think it's a really good app, and this is what I do is I always keep it on the background. So that way when something crazy comes in like this, even if I'm on a DoorDash order, I'm going to take it. So I see the potential. So um I really think that Instacart can be a really good resource for me in the month of April. Now, I can't make any promises and I'm not going to make any promises, but I've never done an entire Instacart day. Like I've always used it multi-apping. I've always put it in with DoorDash. I've always put it in after I'm done with my catering orders in the morning. I've never had a full Instacart day. Not that I am going to do it, but there's potential there that I might just do an Instacart day just to really figure out if this is something that I can put more forward and put something, one of my apps in the back. And we're going to talk about that in just a little bit about which one that I'm actually talking about. And yes, this was my largest shop on any platform that I've ever done. It was 115 items. According to Instacart, it took me 150 minutes to shop. So it was big. Um, so yeah, so 115 items. And the funny thing is, so there I feel like Instacart is weird sometimes. Sometimes I can like blow through Instacart and beat the timer like nobody's business. And I like to think I'm a pretty quick shopper in the grocery stores that I know. And they expected me to shop 115 items in 115 minutes, which, if you think about it, it's a minute per item. But this customer, like, she had some pretty interesting stuff. That's the only thing I'm saying. It was a lot of gluten free, it was a lot of really weird greens and weird produce that I've never heard before. So, yeah, it was very, very interesting. So never ever single app. It can be mean, but never single app. No, I agree with that. You know, it's I think we're in the wave, but soda of multi-apping, in my opinion, is just the only way that a lot of us are going to be making money. I mean, if you're part-time, I get it. You're only in it for a couple of hours at a time, and single apping might be less stressful for you, but the more you work it, the more you money earning potential you might see, and you might get the bug to multi-app. So hats off to anybody who does single app, but I really think in order to be successful in the gig economy, multi-apping, especially in the next couple of months, is really the way to go. How do you feel about the substitution process? You hate it. I've adapted to it, I'll be honest. I think any substitution, process is grueling sometimes. To me, the key is if the customer responds or not. If you have a responsive customer, it makes your life as in DoorDash shopper, as an Instacart shopper, any kind of shopper, it makes your life easier, right? So I think to me, it's all in whether a customer responds and whether you have a good experience or whether you have a bad experience, right? Um, See, I think Instacart for me, I think they do a pretty good job with substitutions. I mean, if the customer provides substitutions, I think that's half the battle. If they provide substitutions, you look at the substitutions they provided and try to figure out what they like. Um, as much as it pains me if they don't respond, and I'll refund them the money, even though I know in the long run I'm losing a tip. But I would rather them be not. I mean, I would rather them be happy than unhappy with something that I chose that they might not be happy with. So sometimes you have to make those difficult decisions, but yeah, I don't have a problem picking for them. Sometimes though, like yesterday, I did an Instacart shop, and this lady was doing once again these people with their strange produce, but this wasn't so strange. She wanted 6 packages of bean sprouts. Okay. So I looked in the produce and it was supposed to be prepackaged. Couldn't find it anywhere. I even went to the store associate, said, "Hey, am I missing this somewhere?" And the store's like, "No, we're completely out." And it was, you know, high paying. I mean, anyway, high demand item. And with that being said, you know, and the customer wasn't responding. There wasn't any substitution to give. I even went to like the Asian aisle thinking that maybe they would like have something in the Asian aisle. They had nothing I can substitute. Customer not responsive. I just refunded it because there was nothing for me to do to give them a substitute. So a lot of times you have to, make those decisions with substitutions. So anyway, so Instacart, Instacart, Instacart. I just think that I think it's gonna be not that's gonna be a front runner. I think I'm gonna be spending to get to diamond. I think that's the key. I am going to use it more often to see whether I already know what it does for me as platinum. I want to know what it does for me as a diamond. So, all you diamond people out there, if there is any, I think Bud Soto, you're diamond, correct? Anyway, anybody who's diamond out there, let me know. Did you see a difference when you became diamond? Do you see better orders? Do you think it's worth it to become diamond? So most don't respond, especially businesses. They use an app for a reason. Yeah, that's a good one. I agree. Small, quick batches are your friend. 5 stars and favorites. Yeah, I agree with that. When I was trying to become platinum, I was just taking like 2 items, 3 items, 4 items, 10 items, and that's how I was racking up the points quite quickly. So I think that's definitely a strategy I'm going to use going forward, um, and see whether it's something that I can do. But my goal for Instacart coming up It's Diamond. So you guys will see my progress. I'll try to post as much as I possibly can. Um, Going forward as far as my progress so you guys can see it. You guys can hold me accountable. But at least you know my goal going into the next 3 months when it comes to Instacart. Okay, so Diamond gives you 5 seconds on everyone else in a lot of stores, same time if you're bare totally worth it. Okay. So, but so do you think I Diamond should be totally worth it for me? Okay. Yeah, 5 seconds is a lot of time, especially when you are fighting with other drivers, right? But yeah, so I guess stay tuned. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated, but that is just one of my goals going forward. So, okay, what night wouldn't be complete without talking, about DoorDash? I don't even know where to begin with DoorDash. I will still obviously keep DoorDash going. It's still a good app for me in my market. But with me going forward with Instacart, with I've been killing it lately with some of these catering orders. Um, I don't know how predominant it's going to be for me in the month of April. Will I make money on it? Yes. Will I? Could I still make $1,000 weeks? Yes. But I want to work smarter. I don't want to work harder. And I feel like if I put DoorDash in the front of what I'm trying to achieve, I feel like I'll be working more hours because you're going to be taking a lot more orders to try to achieve the same results. And that's not what I'm about. For me, especially being a mom and going out there with my limited hours that I have, like I want to make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time I possibly can. And the way DoorDash has been working in this past month, they're not going to be a part of me achieving my goals quicker, if that makes any sense. And that's just me personally. I know people who absolutely love DoorDash. And, if you still love DoorDash and you're still making money on DoorDash, do you? I'm just going by what my own goals are because, going into the last week, I should say, I really was as I'm driving. Do you guys do like your best thinking when you're driving? Like, I feel like sometimes the best reflections I do and the best thinking I do is when I'm driving. And a couple of nights last week as I was driving, we're going to get to that, Thomas, top dasher for Able. We're going to get to that. Um, I was thinking, is DoorDash really getting me to where I need to get to as a delivery driver? In some cases, yes. But with what they did with the large order program, and that used to be a lot of my income coming in, I don't know whether that's such the case anymore. Like, the question is do I really need it to be successful? And to me, with all the apps that I have, the answer is no. And I always preach this, and I am a woman of my word, right? I live what I preach. Is being app reliant isn't the way to make money in the gig economy, at least for me in my market. And I'm not going to be reliant on DoorDash. Will it be a part of my income? Absolutely. Will it be like Bud Soda, you said a filler? So Bud Soda, you said DoorDash is a filler. Shop and pay program. DoorDash is actually a very powerful shopping app. BJ's and Acme in New Jersey is very good. Mr. Flex used to do a ton of them. So yeah, so that is what I really have been using DoorDash for. Like, and I posted it a lot even last week. I was getting $50 shop and pay. Somehow I got into the shopping algorithm somehow in DoorDash, which I'm not complaining because they've been making me money. I feel like the only way now I'm making money on DoorDash, and thank you, Bud Soda, for bringing up, is through shop and pays on DoorDash. So is shop and pays the wave of the new future? So I just talked about Instacart. Now I'm talking about DoorDash shop and pays, but I feel like shop and pays, even on DoorDash lately, it's acting like the old large order program. Like last week, that $50 one that I showed you guys on DoorDash, they actually summoned me from 4 miles away to go to a grocery store, get it delivered. But Soda, I have not had luck with Aldi. Every shop and pay I've seen on Aldi has been so high um item count, and the pay hasn't been fantastic. And I think about you all the time with that. Um hold on. So it's very interesting. But yeah, whenever I see Aldi come up, I think of you and how much you love Aldi. And I'm gonna start sending you screenshots so you actually see what actually it looks like in my area for Aldi. So, Bubba, so you agree on the Aldi order. So, what is it with my area and Aldi that I can't get a good Aldi order? Like, I haven't even learned Aldi. I'll message you, but soda through Instagram. Um, oh, I know. Oh, I know. I haven't, on any platform, I haven't learned Aldi because I haven't seen a amazing order on Aldi yet. So maybe it's just my area. I don't know. But I was actually really proud of myself in talking about shopping is because I started working and branching out to different zones and different areas. Like I started learning different supermarkets. So now I'm also expanding how many supermarkets I'm getting really good at shopping at. So it's not just like the three supermarkets I'm good around my surrounding area. I'm now expanding to different areas of shopping so I can be more efficient and get more orders in different areas, and it actually allows me more opportunities. So, if I can give you any advice, don't be afraid to live outside your comfort zone. I feel like last month was just a whole month of me living outside of my comfort zone, right? So, between doing live streams and between like expanding where I was going with doing all these different areas. I'm like, look at Kim like branching out into the world. Look at watch out world, here I come. Like that's what I felt. But I'm glad I took a month to do it. And I'm benefiting from it. I'm hoping I'm gonna be benefiting from it this coming month, which is why I took a month to really expand and learn different areas. Sorry, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Branching out is the key. I'm telling you, I really think that is seriously. Oop, I almost dropped my soda. um, I think it really is. The more you diversify yourself, not just apps, but the more I diversified myself in grocery stores, in different restaurants, in different areas, the more opportunity I gave myself because with Instacart, right, you can get. Yes, if you're in the bubble, you get majority of the orders that are in your bubble. But there have been many times I'm just out delivering and I get a good shop and it could be more up north. And I've shied away from them in the past because I'm like, I don't know that shop. I don't know that grocery store. Like what if I like it's like what if? But then I just started doing them to prove to myself that I could. So that I guess that's like my words of wisdom tonight and what I'm putting forward and the best practices I'm putting forward in this next coming month in April to be more successful. So with that, I know you guys inquiring minds want to know. So Thomas, here you go. I am top dasher for the month of April. So I made it. And I made it by a lot. Right now I'm still in the 80s as far as AR. I did well over 100 um, deliveries last month. So to me, as long as I can continue and maintain the 100 deliveries, I'll still become a top dasher. So let's talk about top dasher for a little bit. Man, there are so many different freaking programs going on with DoorDash and also like a lot of uncertainty as well, right? So every bit of this country is in different programs, right? There's the tier program, there's a diamond program. Like there's so many different, it's confusing, right? So I might be talking about the diamond program, but you as a dasher might be in the tier program and you might be thinking, what the heck is she talking about? And like that's the hard part with DoorDash. Like it's completely different in every single part of the country, which makes it really hard to talk about. The tier program has not come here yet. I thought it would have been here already. To me, my area is already acting like the tier program. To be fair, every time DoorDash rolls out a program, they have never rolled it out on the first of the month. They always roll it out in like a week after the first of the month or even towards the end of the month. So I was not expecting it on the first of the month. I still think it's coming. Just my own intuition. So you're now in the tier program, Bud Soda? You're gonna have to tell me how you like it. You can't get your AR above 6. It's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard, and it's gotten harder as these months go on. So, for me, is Top Dasher even worth it? And I'm gonna answer that question. You've gotten more picky with being Top Dasher. That's funny. Um, for me, it is worth it, in the sense of scheduling. It's the only thing it's really good for if you're not in the tier program. Only thing. The absolutely only thing it is good for. What night wouldn't be complete without talking about the illegal accounts and all these illegal drivers and oversaturation? Because I have so many drivers in my area, I can't get on to schedule because there are so many illegal accounts and oversaturated in my market. Like I need to be top dasher to get that leg up on other drivers in my own market. So for me, everybody always asks me that question. How can you be top dasher every single month? And they look at it as such a negative thing. And does maintaining a high AR suck? Yes, it absolutely sucks. But it's either I can come and go and work whenever I want to work and become a top dasher because I'm not in the tier program yet, or not. If I choose not to, I can't use DoorDash the way that I need to use DoorDash. Like I can't use it the way I've been using it with Instacart. I mean, it's really easy for me to take an Instacart, turn DoorDash off, go back on once it's done, and rinse and repeat the process. The same thing in the morning. I can turn on DoorDash in the morning, go do a catering order, come back, turn it on. Like it's so much. Multi-apping has changed so much that Top Dasher is almost a necessity to for me in order for me to multi-app the way that I want to multi-app as a driver. So for now, Top Dasher is here to stay until I become the tier program. It's just what works for me. There are markets out there that it's pink or red almost all the time. You can get on. It is almost always gray in my market. And it's funny, I was watching an old video of mine a couple days ago. Sometimes I go back and watch some of the old stuff just to see what I was doing like this time last year or so or a couple of years ago. And when I was when I was looking at it, it was so funny because I'm like, it was like it was a ride along, and they're like, oh my, I was like, I don't need a schedule, I don't need to be top dasher because my map is met red all the time. I can get on and work whenever I want. Man, weren't those the good old times? Because that doesn't happen too often anymore for me in my market. It is almost always gray. And that really goes to show you how oversaturated my market has become. I'm going to say since last September or even October. It's gotten that bad out there. But talking about strategies going into April, and I've said this before, a lot of these drivers in my market that don't do the job properly also can't do shop and pays. So it is also a leg up I have on a lot of drivers in my own market. So, and that's on the DoorDash platform, it's on the Instacart platform, it's on the Uber Eats, whatever offers shop and pays. Some of these illegal accounts can't do shop and pays. So it's one thing that I can do as a driver that other drivers can't do. And that's how I'm making my money. This happened to me today, Marilyn. I it said one time. So first of all, for those of you who are listening to this, it says, "Are you all experiencing DoorDash changing the expected arrival time?" I noticed that today, and luckily, um, you've done it prior than marking it late. Mine was in my favor. It wasn't against me. It told me to arrive at one time, and then I picked it as soon as I was going to say I have it in my possession. The time changed to like 3 minutes later. It was very strange. Oh, I know it's about soda. You love the Dollar General. I cannot stand the Dollar General. On DoorDash, 2 stores you need to have down are Dollar General and Aldi, the Target, Walgreens, and Big Lots. I've done several shops on Dollar General. Man, mine are a hot mess. I'm just saying. Yeah, and, Thomas, this is so true. Illegal drivers can't because nobody is giving up the red card. Nope. And not to be mean, they also like, it's not in their language, so they're having a hard time also shopping because they're not understanding how to shop for some of these items. Yeah, Becky, I agree with you. See, Becky's on my side. No, boo, Dollar General. I'm telling you, some of the Dollar Generals are a hot mess. The one I when I was what was it last week I was live with you guys at nighttime? Oh, I walked in and went, "Whoa." I thought the ones that I went to were bad. Whoa, it was some bad business going on there. Oh, okay, so Baba Sue agrees with me too. Okay, there's a couple people. I thought maybe I was the only one. Ugh, ugh. I'm like, "Ugh." Sorry about soda. It's one thing I don't agree with you on. Uh, yeah, the lines are always so hugely long. Oh my god. I will pass I will pass the one I did last week to you in the same store. You go back to the store that I just did and you can shop that Dollar General. Ugh. I'm like, ugh. Man, if there weren't copywriting songs in those Dollar Generals, I would have taken you guys in with me just to prove my point. Bubba Sue, maybe it is a Jersey thing. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I talked about DoorDash, Top Dasher. What a hot mess it's been. So let's talk catering for a half a second. So my last thing is just catering. Catering has been, it's not making me a ton of money, but it's making me enough money that it gets me a really good start on whatever day that I've done. Or that I'm starting to do. If I can do like a little bit of food delivery in the morning, I turn and do a catering order or two, like I had two today back to back. It really does make a good foundation. Sorry, um going into lunchtime, and it really has helped me achieve a lot of my numbers in the past couple of weeks. So as long as they keep coming, I'm gonna keep doing them. I did submit, um I don't know whether you guys, if you, those of you who do delivered, I got a notification to resubmit all of my catering bags and my equipment. I did that last week. Donna, you have a delivered that tomorrow. Fantastic. I can't get delivered that to save the life of me. I honestly, I feel like I've given up on them just because I can't get any orders. No orders have come to my phone to the point where I feel like I should call support just to kind of see what's going on. Um, yeah. Right now, Cartwheel, I know it's a third party app, but Cartwheel has been giving me orders every single day. Delivered is a good filler in between that. Thanks to Sheila Dashing in Cyprus. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, she's close to that thousand. So go check out her channel. But I, hopefully, knock on wood, I'm going to sign up for a Zifty and hopefully it's available in my area. So, as long as catering keeps popping up, um, oh, that's funny. Food Fetch uses Cartwheel. That's actually really funny. I looked, but soda, it is not in my area. I tried. After you were talking about it, I looked. It is not available in my area. But so yeah, I can't wait to hear about this. Josh, WrestleMania is here. I'm doing a lot of rideshare. That's awesome. I That's one thing I know, Josh, you keep pushing me to do and go outside my comfort zone a lot. Rideshare is just not one of those things. So if you guys are holding your breath for me to do rideshare, you're going to be holding your breath a lot longer. I have not. I keep looking every time I go into the supermarket and I see it. I'm like, oh, I really need to pick this up. And no, I have not tried it yet. But Zifty is not in New Jersey. Well, I signed up for it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's available. I don't. I signed actually up for New York to see if they would actually give me orders for New Jersey because that's what I did for delivered and also delivered that, and that's how it's kind of um working so far with catering apps in my area. Yeah. So yeah. So that's kind of that's my plan for you know, the month of April. To me, it's finding a lot of the combinations that work in your own area. And like I said, it took me a good month of March to really figure out different strategies, different areas, how to work it. And it really, I think, has set me up for a good month of April. Um, So that's it in a nutshell. Those are my goals, you know? My goal is to become a diamond cart for Instacart. My goal is to continue to still do DoorDash and make it be a filler and be use it when I need to be use it to, but so at this point, use the shopping, the food shopping in order to make it work for me. Hey, Red, you missed it. I'm going. My April goal is to become a diamond cart on Instagram. I mean Instagram. Wow, on Instacart. Wow, it's been a long day. So anyway, I am literally finding all the right combinations between shopping, food delivery, and catering. I just think those are the ways that I'm going to be making my money in April. You guys, if you want to share, if you have your own strategies, you know, if you find apps that are working, feel free to share them with everybody. I've done four. I didn't do any Instacart today. I've done four so far. I'm off to a stellar start. But I'm taking your advice. I started doing it. I just ran out of time and I started Instacart too late in the quarter, but I'm really going to do those really small orders in order to get them racked up quickly. So that's my plan going in. So, Marilyn, you've been hitting almost $200 in the last 2 days. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome. So, Cartwheel is booming for Thomas. Yeah, the Cartwheel's been doing really well for me lately. I really can't complain. They're really easy to use. I had a little bit of drama today, but that wasn't their fault. It was the customer's fault in the hospital I delivered to. Um, but it's all good. Okay, so Sheila, you're gravitating towards catering and shopping more going forward, less DoorDash. I think that's honestly, I know we always have to adapt and overcome, but if that's the way that it's trending, then that's the way we kind of need to go. So you'll get so fast to that 50 cents an item is good. Okay. Or 50, or you mean 50 seconds an item? So you are Uber Eats. Okay. Sorry. Oh, up top. Sorry. DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Instacart. That's a good combo. Mhm. Yeah. So interesting enough. So let's talk about catering and DoorDash. This will be like the last thing that I'll talk about tonight. So interesting enough, I've been doing a lot of catering, and I don't know how much you guys talk to your merchants at all, but I talk to my merchants all the time. I know a lot of the owners, I know a lot of the managers, and this is interesting. So, I started noticing some of my larger customers that used to do large orders on DoorDash that I used to get during lunchtime rush and I used to deliver to companies. I start seeing them, interesting enough, on Cartwheel, on Delivered. And I was talking to one of the merchants the other day, and they were saying, and they have kind of an inside source, so to speak. So I trust what they are saying is correct. But they're saying a lot of customers are not really ordering from DoorDash any longer, and they're using these third party apps to do some of their larger corporate, so to speak, that they used to do on DoorDash because they weren't getting the level of service that they were looking for when they're ordering hundreds of dollars worth of food. So I'm putting that out there that some of these large orders that you used to see on DoorDash, you might start seeing on some of these catering apps just because they're shifting based off, and we all know what drivers I'm talking about. But a lot of them are shifting because they're not getting the service that they're looking for on large orders. So, just FYI, it's something I've been noticing. Merchants have been noticing it. So, just keep an eye out as you guys are working and talk to your merchants because it's definitely been happening in my area. Okay, off topic. I had a first order farmed out to DoorDash. Um, oh, deliver that. I think, sorry, I had delivered that order farmed out to DoorDash Chipotle Catering. The pay was $80 with a $69 tip. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, good. Oh, that's right. Good. I'm ready to do shop and pay with Uber Eats. I'm opted in, but I'm sure they will come soon. Uber Eats actually haven't gotten one in a while, but they used to have some really good shop and praise. But that's awesome, Red, that you got that really good catering order. Yeah, right. You heard that too. So you think LOP and DoorDash? I think it's gone. I really think people just stopped trusting DoorDash with these large orders because you get drivers, and we all know the drivers I'm talking about, that just don't care, that they literally just drop and go when they're supposed to be setting up, or they're at least supposed to be putting it in a hot bag and handling it with care. Like, how would you feel if you ordered like $300 worth of food for your entire office and it came not in a catering bag and it wasn't handled with any kind of care? You'd be kind kind of pissed off as a customer. I know I would be pissed off at a customer. So, hey, Rick, you've been with me since the 15-minute mark. How are you, my friend? Yeah, you've had to give up some orders to DoorDash. Trust me, you don't want them. Yeah. So, ugh, I just think, in my opinion, I think DoorDash is a hot mess at this point. They need to figure out whatever they need to figure out at this point. So, Christopher, how are you? You had two catering orders this morning. They were both off app. I have one for tomorrow. That's amazing. I'm telling you, I think it's the tides are shifting, right? I just think that working is just it's just a different way of working, right? It's not so much being reliant. Thank you. She said pissed off. I did say pissed off. That's funny. Thank you, Red. Much appreciated. Um, anyway, I just think, food delivery is always going to be there. I just don't think it's going to be what it always was. I think the times are changing. We need to change along with whatever the gig economy and how it's going. I always say follow the money. I've said this so many times, but really just follow the money and do what you think is best for you as a driver that's going to make you the most amount of money. Ah, thank you so much, Christopher. Much appreciated. You guys are the best. Oh, interesting. So you had two large orders come out of DoorDash in the last week. Huh. Yeah, I don't swear. I don't think pissed off is really swearing. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though because where was I? I'm trying to remember. I was reading something. Oh, there was a promotion. I wonder if it's still up. Close enough, Kim. That's funny. uh, well, I'm glad I made everybody's night with that. I think. Hold on. Let me see whether I can find it. I was doing a Grubhub order over the weekend for myself and my family. Well, I was thinking about it. I didn't pull the trigger. Where was it? I think it was under promotions. I wonder if I can find it now. It was there was a promotion if you ordered over $100 worth of food. And I'm thinking, oh, it was a restaurant specifically. You got $15 off if you ordered $100 or more. And that was on Grubhub. So it's interesting, I think, that Grubhub is running a promotion on a large order, and yet DoorDash is doing away with large orders. So, dun dun dun, I guess competition. If these companies were smart, they would capitalize on DoorDash not doing large orders. I'm just saying. But who am I? I don't work for these companies. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, guys, good luck. Set your own goals for April, whatever they may be, whether it's financial, whether it's what apps you're going to work. Have a plan in place. Do what you need to do to make your money and go make your money. Before we leave today, thank you, Thomas and Red. There are 31 people here. I would appreciate everybody giving this live a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Red and Kim also should talk Instacart together. Red, we should actually get together. I'll text you. That should actually be a really good time. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Everybody give this live a thumbs up on the way out. or right now, however you want to do it. And oh, so the remaining of this week, guys. So just we're not doing How We Hustle tomorrow night. So just FYI on that, the show got canceled for tomorrow night. So we won't be doing How We Hustle on this channel or Zach's channel, but I will be on the Rodeo Roundtable tomorrow. I mean, the Rodeo Roundtable on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So that's kind of the rest of my week, and then I'll be out and about. You know, we'll kind of see what the week brings. It is supposed to like pour here tomorrow. They said we're in the red zone. I don't even know what that means for this time of the year. But we're supposed to get high winds and pouring rain. So if you're in the New Jersey area, guys, be careful as you're out there driving the next couple days. So guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I love all of you guys, and I'll see you guys the next time. Bye everyone.
Stop believing now. We can be who we are. This is the word that you heard.